Well, salutations everyone, it's good to be back. Good to have another go, good to have another bit of fun. Time to enjoy the crack and see how things end up going tonight. United versus Lyon. Arguably the biggest game of the season for United. And as such, we will hope that it will all end up going well. Ever the optimist that I am, I think it actually will end up going well. Ever the optimist that I am, I think we'll walk away with an okay result, if you'd believe me. It actually gives me more benefit, and maybe this is a sad indictment on the state of United, but it actually gives me more satisfaction, more feeling, more confidence in the fact that we're actually in Lyon's home for this match as we start. But we'll see how things end up going. In what I don't think many people will find too surprising, Bodo Glimt ended up getting up the victory over Lazio. And Tottenham have a fairly strong team put out for Eintracht Frankfurt. But with that being said, it is a bit surprising that, and maybe I'm just blind to it, but it is a bit surprising they don't have Matthias Tell on the field. I figured he'd been performing good, and as a result would end up getting a start. But I haven't been watching enough of Tottenham to be fully aware of that. But either way, we'll see how things end up going tonight. We'll be keeping an eye on that game as things continue on. For Tottenham, Kulusevski's out, and Ratstagun is out. Of course, for us, because we are ever the unlucky bastards, Evans is out, Martinez is out, De Ligt is out, Delo is out, and Heaven is out. Everyone else is pretty much there. I don't know if I agree with the idea, if I'm frank, of playing Onana over Belinder. I know that Onana has been getting himself in some form. I emphasize the word some in that equation, but he has been getting himself in some form. And, you know, that might be enough to satisfy him being there. But in my opinion, for whatever the hell it's worth, I genuinely feel that Belinder should have went back in. Maybe he's not 100% fit, because I still am of the feeling that that's the case with Emmanuel Ugarte. That Ugarte isn't 100% fit at the moment, and that is one of the primary reasons why his time has been a bit more staggered as opposed to where you might consider it to be. But with all that being said, what the fuck? Yeah, Peter's there. I was wondering. Okay, so Santos there, and then we'll replace him straight away. But with all that being said, it will be interesting to see how things end up going in the game. I think Ugarte, maybe it's just that his switch hasn't come on and Casemiro has surpassed him. Maybe that's what's ended up happening. I won't deny that that is a distinct possibility. But to me, I don't know. To me, I think it's odd, genuinely odd, that he's not performing to the stats of where he should be. But with that being said, it is nice to see that Casemiro has started to perform a bit. And a player above all else that I want to see have a good game today, and hope ends up having a good game today, is none other than Rasmus Højlund. Unfortunately, I mentioned it in my blog post there about my own personal time, which I posted to the Discord. Have a look at it there if you want to. It's in the blog section for my personal stuff and all that. I recently have been thinking about former games and former stuff that I was doing, and I ended up coming back into the thought process of the old game Crash Bandicoot Twinsanity. And one of the lines that comes true in that game is done by Entrance and Embryo? No. God, what the hell is his name?
It's amazing how strong that song was.
Music is powerful, man. It speaks to a primal pit in our brains.
It's not Noxious Ice, it's not Fake Crash, not Papu, not Entrance. I played an awful lot of that particular game, so that's the reason why I remember Entrance so much. Entropy, that's the big bastard I'm thinking of. It's said by Entropy. It's a line, basically, the rats are leaving the sinking ship. And I'm starting to feel that for Rasmus Højlund, that's starting to become the case when it comes down to the United fan base being complimentary towards him. I think the rats are starting to leave the sinking ship. Same way as it is for Mason Mount. I can feel it a bit for Garnacho, but I think Garnacho has more credence to him than Rasmus at the moment. Especially considering an awful lot of people will be turning around there tonight, I'm sure, and harping as to why Xerxes isn't on instead of Rasmus. That they feel that Xerxes probably has given a better showcase of himself, and as a result, Xerxes ends up being warranted the opportunity. So it'll be very interesting to see, and genuinely I hope Rasmus scores today, because I do fear that the fan base is going to turn on him if he doesn't put in good performances in especially these games. Also, you do have to wonder a bit if the media back and forth or tutata or tug of war between Matic and Onana potentially caused Onana to be the reason why Onana is playing in the game today. If that is the reason, that's hilarious considering Matic is on the bench for Leon, not on the starting field. Which begs the question, why would a player be in one of the main interviews for a game when he's not in the starting lineup? It's a weird situation that's not a usual turn of play to see. At least not with me. I haven't seen that happen that much. It is quite unusual to see it. But all in all, in 11 minutes, we're going to end up seeing what ends up happening with United, and hopefully they end up giving a good display of ourselves. In the meantime, on this particular save, we got a bit on the back burner. Girona got a win against us that shouldn't have been happened, wasn't acceptable. Since then, we've been in a good run of form for the most part. Scammied a couple of wins. Performed kind of like we are now, with a wee bit of domination, but not the final execution that you end up needing in order to end up being the champions in this particular league based on how cutthroat it is. But at the moment, Atletico Madrid have the buffer. They have 3 points on us, and much to our chagrin, when we faced them in the 6-pointer, Atletico ended up winning. As a result of which, they also have the advantage. So if we are on points to points, we're fucked, because they end up getting the principle of best performance. And yes, we end up facing them in the fourth last game of this season, which is, I think we counted it up as something like 19 games at least, until we end up getting to there. But for now, we'll continue to go with how we are here. We're playing fine. This is a fairly strong team. There are a couple of weak links, like Kang Lee there, technically is a weak link, but still should end up performing far better than he did there. Vinny Jr. properly strong. Ardguller, one of the best in the world, so should end up performing good. Enric, again, technically one of the best in the world, should be performing good. We have a lot of really, really, really good players. But just in the last wee while have been really below par to their potential, their threshold, which is unfortunate, but you do what you can. This screams of a real goal. His Palace. This screams of a His Palace goal, if that's how you pronounce it. Probably isn't. But this screams of a goal for them. Good thing that Aaron ended up having a save. Not a great save, but any save in this situation is acceptable. It's looking like we more than likely will need to make a change in the centerfold. Kangley and Ardguller aren't connecting the play good enough. To be fair, Vinny's not performing particularly good at the moment either. Like, there isn't a good player on the pitch, even though everyone has been about the average point. Like, average is 6.5, 6.6, probably closer than 6.5. But there hasn't been, and I know the stats will turn around there, but to me, you're below average if you aren't at least a 7. With the way that we play and how dominant we can end up being. We've seen games where we dominated with every player on the pitch being a 7. Then you have games like this where no one is. With that being said, why is this showing the full match? I just noticed that now. Extended highlights instead. That was taking far too long. I happily would have stayed there continuing to do that, other than the fact that it was going a tiny bit too slow. Get rid of you. Consideration to move Guller off of corners needs to be taken into consideration as well. Gale. That genuinely hurts. A hit off of the crossbar that wasn't tapped in, and then Gale had time to redirect that and still didn't even hit the target. Whatever about missing, you know, that can end up happening. An unlucky situation can end up happening. But holy crap, that was a bad attempt. Enric, how did you... Oh my god. It's going to be one of those games. It's going to be one of those games. How did Enric not score that? Okay. Kangley almost... But I don't know... He's not performing great either, but like their goalkeeper has us covered. There hasn't been a time where it felt like we had him beat. Enric now, up there to Kangley. Nothing there. Vinny to Arden. Nice shocker. Nice buster straight into the net there by Ard. Good attempt, good work. Probably a little later than you'd want it to be, but at the same point in time, and there was a tiny bit of a ricochet, but you take everything you get, and it does skew an awful lot of crap players into good performances at the moment. But maybe this will now kick some people into gear, and we might actually look like a team that wants to perform. Vinny. Okay, nothing out of it. Gale. Nice shot, but again, not good enough. It needs to be at least on target. This Leon kid looks fairly good. He seems to be in the right spots and has been given a couple of abilities off of Hespetus, like taking the free kicks. Straight down, straight in. Horrible header. Truly dreadful header. Like, despicable levels of headering right there, to be honest. Just genuinely despicable. Matthias Cunha. Went from Wolves to Brentford, Brentford to Villarreal. That's not a bad old swap now in general, but to be honest with him, Brentford probably wouldn't be where I would expect him to line up. I think in real life he'll probably head to one of the big six. Wouldn't shock me if that was something Liverpool looked into, even though they don't really need that position just yet. There'll be another year or two before they need to fill out that position, which by that point in time he's too old. But needs and wants are two entirely different things. And unfortunately, when you're in a position to end up having power, you want it all. So Liverpool could get greedy and just want to improve a wee bit too much, leading to too many issues. Gotta hope this isn't a boring game. Really? Crikey. Enric now. Well, A, that should have been a penalty, and B, Enric definitely should have scored it first time out. Disastrous work. Disastrous work. Anyway, we'll go with this for now. Screw it, yeah, go on. Go on, Wahe. You've played this position okay in the past, so we'll continue to play you there now. That's all of the substitutions, but should be grand enough. There shouldn't be any proper issue with this. Gerbolt, again, this is looking like it might be another 1-0 win, and so long as they don't end up scoring, I don't actually give a shit if it is a 1-0 win. It's annoying because we deserve more goals than that, but I don't actually care if we get any more goals than that. Morgan. Oof. Ponkers. Genuinely, like, for the most part, I'd say we must have nigh on 65% possession. This definitely seems wrong. Anyway, with all that being said, as I said, a 1-0 win isn't a bad result for us in this. So, Kitty, I'll have you know, they have the best manager. They have the only manager. They have me. How are you tonight, my friend? Is life treating you good? Is the crack 90? Is it all going good for you? Have you been up to anything exciting? We finally scored a second goal in a game that definitely deserved it. So the joys of that now, to be honest. But all in all, the big question needs to be asked. Are you excited for this evening now? Are you excited to see whether or not the mighty Manchester United can vanquish these French offensive of Lyon in their home? Can we potentially end up getting the result that we end up needing? Can we save our season? Can it go well for us tonight? I have a good feeling about it. I think we're going to end up doing well. Also, third goal. But I have a good feeling about it. I think United might have a good chance about it. It'll be interesting to see how it ends up going. But I am interested and excited by the prospect of a United win. Are you watching any of the other games as well as this? Or are you watching this at all? Or does it pass any interest of you? How are you spending your evening? Is it just coming in to listen to my beautiful dulcet tone? Either way, we're going to continue on for now as things are going on. I'll comment on what I see from the match as we are continuing on at the moment, and continue to do a bit of FM here as well, while answering any questions you end up having as well. I must say it is, and I accidentally clicked that, I wanted to talk to him, but I must say it is a pleasure to hear that all is going good. It's a pleasure to know that life is going at least well. It's always great to end up hearing about that now, my friend. Whew. Jesus, I didn't realize we were that close. I mean, I don't care he's good enough to pay that 20 million, but still. So it looks like my particular stream is 2 minutes behind, so that's going to be a bit of fun, but screw it. So any of you that are watching the game, you're probably going to be ahead of me. Do spoil if you want to, I don't give a fuck. But, well, I give a fuck about that. So yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. I'm hoping Garnacho's speed is effective here. I'm hoping that potentially we'll be able to run through them and end up doing well. We need him to to do what he done against City in this game, but stay upright a wee bit more. I found he was a wee bit too light in the. I felt he was a wee bit too light in the Man City game. Although he played well and probably was one of the better players on the pitch, I think he helped connect things up together. So we'll see how this ends up going. Yeah, them booing the crap out of Anano makes sense as well. Although I will say I am kind of surprised that Matic isn't on the pitch, considering he went to an interview in the whole lot. It's kind of surprising that he's on the bench. Holy crap. all is doing well. I was trying to lower down the volume a bit on the stream that I'm watching, but it's not letting me. But we have gotten it there. Coolaboola. We have that there. Now I can do this. I can move this over there. And happy out. Anyway, you know, I refuse to call you Dodo. So, Duck, how is life treating you, my friend? How is your Thursday treating you? Has the week been treating you well? Is all good, fine, and dandy? Dandy for candy, my friend. How do you think tonight will end up going? Why did you change your name to Dodo, anyway? You never did tell me. I mean, that's the type of stuff I like to see Garnacho doing. Although, again, went down far, far, far too easy. At least he's in the right position. They're also wearing this jersey. I love this jersey. How long do you have to wait in order to change it back? Or can you change it back? I've never actually done it before. 6 months. Ah, I see. So you'll be Dodo for the next 6 months. Will you be called Duck for the whole lot of it, my friend? That was close. Ooh, Casemiro almost got to that. Nice. Six months to the original, but you can change it to something else in 2. That's not too bad, at least. Now, with that being said, we do have advertisements now, so we will do that there. And then this here with that done there, and then there we go. So we'll just wait for the advertisement to finish, and then we'll continue on. The French Mayo, Leon. That's an interesting name. That's a name I've never heard them call before. Go on, expand, my friend. Speaking of what? You timed out but didn't give me back my sword. Yeah, but that's because I had moderated Duck God of, That's because I moderated Duck. I didn't moderate Dodo, and I don't know if Dodo deserves it. I don't know if Dodo deserves it. I don't know if it's right to give moderation to Dodo. What do you think, Katie? Do we give Dodo moderation? Go on, I'll give you back your sword. That was a bit of crack. We have a bit of fun there. We have a bit of fun here. I have something that we need to do at half-time as well. So we'll see how that ends up going. Ah, we found the true reason why you wanted it. "10 minutes into this game, I mean, United have been more on the attack, I'll tell you that." So Burgos are lower down the side. I just don't want PSG to get him for free. Is he worth it? Because he's going to get 100k a week, and he actually will never turn into anything. Screw it, I'll let the director of football do it and see what he says. Okay. Fair enough. I guess I'll give it a go and see, and then if we don't get anything out of it, we'll let him go to PSG. Fair enough, I can go to PSG. Let them give us the 1.1 million in compensation. I mean, that was a nice clearance by Delot there, but like, he didn't need to put it out for a corner. Chiaki's very dangerous at corners too, so we'll see. Yeah, we don't want fighting in between the moderators anyway, or even the VIPs. So don't be timing each other out. So up we go now. Yeah, very bad corner by Leon. Surprisingly bad corner by Leon. Also, we need to try and sell you, so we'll offer you out again. It's probably time to sell Wehe as well. I'm not going to make anywhere near a profit on him, unfortunately, but it's probably time. As for the rest, yeah, that's about it, I think. Now we go into another game. This is against a lower down the side team again. So it would be nice if we had Carlo here. I probably would end up playing Carlo if we had him. I'm not going to play one of the younger ones. There's no point. Secchi is suspended, so we'll play a Secchi with Bernard, but we'll play David. Zerkri, and then Burke. That'll probably tire out Burke, but Burke is whinging that he's not getting enough time, so we need to end up playing him. Lerbe is there on the bench and can end up being played on later. Benjamin Seller is also whinging, so we can't get away with that. So fine, we'll go this way. David Gomez, Burke, Seller. Warren has gotten a couple of games there. You're still not fit, so that's fine. So it goes Sabazlai. I mean, Jude is also whinging about the game time, so we'll continue with Jude there. Ard is also whinging about the game time, but at the same point in time, I don't mind Ard as much. So we'll replace Wehe up here and put on... So we'll go... So we'll go Kangley. And Correa here. Junior will swap with Kang Lee. Oh, what am I on about? I mean, we can't put Kang Lee there, actually, yeah. And instead, we'll put Oscar on. Vinicius is also whinging about his playtime, but he can piss off. If he's going to whinge every time, then we're not going to get anything done. What's Marco whinging about? Fair enough, fair enough. enough, fair enough. Um, we'll have him on the bench. We'll have him on the bench anyway, even though he doesn't need to be there. We'll have him on the bench. As opposed to Zarkri, and then we'll replace Zarkri with Sirva. Andros could use the game, but I'm going to go with Foston instead. And we will go with Ymir up front. And yes, that is a decisively weaker team than we normally end up going for. But with that being said, we are playing a team that is a full division lower than us. So it shouldn't be too bad. So let's go into it and see how things go. So yes, wishes. Not that we shouldn't need it in this game, but with that being said, wish us luck, because weirder things have happened in FM. Okay. Oh, you winch bag. He's a division below you, Jude. If you can't take him, then you really shouldn't be in the team. Okay, good. This game has been redonkulously quiet for the last 5 minutes. Which is surprising, to be honest. I was expecting a bit more hunger out of either side. But in we go anyway. Wow, this is a defensive lineup. Anyway, we'll go in and see how we do. Very defensively. Real Madrid go to our competitors of Burgos. We should end up dominating this game with relative ease. God, those stats, dude. I've been glancing at this game, not really paying too much attention to it, but the stats that I'm seeing in front of me don't match what I've seen at all. Oh, there's Jude with his goal. Ooh, Amanda, my friend, how are you doing? Is life treating you good? Is all going sound? Is your Thursday sunny? How is your day going now? Hoyland's after missing a goddamn chance, and he'll be kicking himself on that one. Benkeridge, you beauty. Sorry. Benakage, thank you so much, my friend. I mean, I came from the supermarket, didn't you know? The dentist. Ooh, not too bad. How'd you find that? Did you need to get much done? Welcome back to Ireland! Supermarket in Sealand. Ireland, but yeah, no, funny that. But no, how's your Thursday been treating you, Benny? Is all going well? Have you been up to anything exciting? Has your crack been at all 90? Boston, and Ymir gets a beautiful goal there, so we're already 2 up, so happy out. Also, that was on Rams. Didn't continue the run. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. For a moment, I thought you were talking about Action Nike or one of the other ones. Games with beautiful assets. You can't time me out here. I'm the goddamn broadcaster. Yeah, I suppose I'll come on to your chat the next day and I'll be timed out. Just a checkup and whitening. Aside from the wisdom teeth removal, I've never had any problems with my teeth. That's beautiful. Feel happy about that, because teeth are a bitch and a half. I have gotten a good bit of work done on my teeth, unfortunately. When I was younger, I ended up busting my my face. So I need to get some work done. So, you know, joys of it. Thankfully, nothing too major, but I have one particular tooth that doesn't have a proper root on it, so we need to keep perspective on it and the whole lot. Jeez Louise. 18,000 seconds. How long is that? Five hours. That means I actually might be timed out by the time you end up starting your stream. Not too bad. I might come in and say hello. So, although shout out isn't working, so we'll have to do the traditional shout out. It won't come up and be fancy on the screen. We haven't found a good shout out yet. So at the moment, let's just end up doing this. For anyone that is here and wants to end up having a good at it, genuinely one of the great ones, genuinely one of the good ones. Have a good outlook at Benkeridge or Benakage. One of the good ones. Oh fuck! They're letting the League 2, a Division 2 side end up scoring with a penalty. Genuinely one of the good ones. Variety streamer. All their stuff are great. Genuinely have a good gawk at them. Good all time. If you have any issues or anything like that, they end up giving a good bit of assistance. They helped me there when I was having drop frames. Could you imagine at the moment now, Benny? My frame, the amount of frames that I've dropped are currently 2. I've dropped 2 frames since I started an hour ago. Well, 47 minutes ago. I just dropped 2 frames, so I'm doing much better this time. Stay up, you disastrous bastard. Anyways, it's also not PoE. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't get it. Maybe it's my system. It could... Oh, fuck, Belly. It could genuinely be my system. My system might just not be able to run that game, which is annoying, because it was running it... It always had a problem starting that game, but it was always able to run that game. So that's really, really annoying that there's issues with the goddamn thing now, because I genuinely enjoy playing it. So, if I can't, then that's really, really annoying. I hope Bellingham isn't out for long. I'll give it a go on my own free time, see how things end up going, and see how that ends up going. Ooh. United seem, even though Bruno was offside there, United seem to have a bit of fire in themselves at the moment. It's still a piss boring game at the moment, but United seem to have a bit of fire in them. A bit more fire than Leon, anyway, I'll tell you that. Oh, you don't get away with this one, Duck. What takeaway did you end up getting? You can't leave us in suspense. Expand. What did you end up having? It's also fun because Fen is my dentist. It's actually how we met. Fair play to you, Amanda, for trusting a partner with your mouth. That's all I'll end up saying. I could never, ever let that happen. I'd have no problem with my partner being a dentist. There's not a fucking chance in hell they'd be my dentist. Because if you piss them off, they have a drill directly connected to some of the most sensitive fucking areas you can possibly have on your body. And not a chance. Not a chance in case I piss them off. Because I've never seen a person in a partnership not have a long-lasting streak for revenge. So I wouldn't be willing to risk it. So well on you. Although, how did that meeting end up going? How did you realize you were interested in each other at the dentistry? Were you just going, I think, aha? Or was it just your general love of dentistry that ended up getting you so intrigued? I have a fair scary feeling about this bloody one. You useless bastard. Oh, you useless fucker. Oh, genuinely, how the fuck did Onana let that in? Holy shit. Holy shit. I'm sorry. That's enough. That's enough to just now do a substitution now. Take him off the fucking pitch. I don't want to pick on a fucking player. Genuinely, get him off the fucking pitch. Holy shit. That is... like, fuck me. It wasn't the manager that said it was Matic that said it. You know, Mateo Matic, the former player we ended up having, the Chelsea midfielder, United midfielder. He was the one that said it, to be fair, Benny. But, like, holy shit. Now, Onana ended up replying back on Twitter that, you know, I don't want to insult Leon or anything like that, and I have won trophies with United where you haven't. So, like, at least he had fire, but, like, Jesus Christ. Genuinely, I'd be subbing him now. Now. I was super against a new dentist because my old one was really gentle, but she left, so came in, and I was like, I don't really want to try, but the second she walked into the room, I was like, hell yeah, fine with this. Left her my number at the end of the appointment. Hey, fuck it. You miss every swing you don't take, so fair play to you. By the way, this was far stronger. This was far worse of a performance than it needed to be. Oh. I think United have already dropped their heads. That's fucking sickening. Oh. Jesus. Well, what happened to Ernest Numana? Well, they said he had an injury or something. Oh, skull, that's not even the half of it. Shit is being polite to fecal matter. Shit is being polite to fecal matter. Genuinely, like, holy crap. And here comes another one. Here comes another one. Okay. Good on, Lenny. She really loves her job, but also so wouldn't lose it to my teeth. I mean, fair enough. That's a fair enough That's a fair enough assumption, I suppose. I still wouldn't do it. Spite is a horrible thing. It's sad now that any long shot that's being done on a nana tightens my sphincter. Like, holy shit. Like, he's not that bad of a goalkeeper, but holy crap. So what brand of holy water are you going on today, Skull? Carlsberg. The drink of kings. I think the best Carlsberg ad I've ever ended up seeing was the Mads Mikkelsen one, where he just ends up fucking off of the set and just goes into the mountain drinking Carlsberg. Because, like, that man... I genuinely want to, I did, it's in the streaming section. Do I need to change the... Yeah, streams ends up coming up, and it posts to everyone. Does everyone not have access to that? Do you not have view to a general banner that says streams? You should do. Everyone should have access to that. It's set to be now up there for everyone. Permissions. View to channel. Allow members to view by default. Disabling this. Yeah, everyone should be able to see that. Weird. Weird that. I'll have a gawk and see what's happening there. I mean, thanks for bringing that to my attention. I'll work on it and see why that's not happening. Thanks, Skull. Anyway, I'm still trying to regain any element of thought because... Hoyland, come on. Keep the... Ugh. I mean, imagine if that was a nana. That shot that Hoyland ended up doing might have went in. I mean, I feel sorry for Hoyland too. There was fucking no one for him to pass to. I am genuinely happy to hear that, Amanda. Genuinely happy to hear that. That warms the cockles of my cold, dead heart. Congratulations to have found that. Not everyone is lucky enough to end up having that situation. So enjoy every moment of it while you can. Fuck's sake. Granacho's gonna make me start picking on him today, isn't he? Holy fuck. Oh, God, United, you're all shite. Oh. It'd be funny if it wasn't so fucking tragic. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, and I probably am, but I actually think United have been the better of the two teams in this half. But fuck me. It's genuinely disappointing. You created a joke of a goalkeeper. Seems only right we give him back to you. I mean, if they wouldn't take Donny, they won't take him. We'll see what ends up happening. Like, I don't mean to be mean to him. Because, like, he genuinely seems like a sound man and the whole lot. But I do hope that the rumors of the Saudi agents is true. And maybe they're able to do some Saudi trade of some description. Genuinely, because I think it's the best. I think it's the best thing for him, and it's definitely the best thing for us if they could get him sold for Saudi. But I was saying it earlier on. I didn't agree with the idea of playing the fucker tonight. Anyway, I would have played Belinder if he was anyways fit. I would have played Belinder. Anyway, we have advertisements now, so we'll just wait a moment, and once they finish, we'll continue on. Unfortunate that. I was gonna say, you can't give that as a free. Are you going to kick it out? I wouldn't. Oh, boot it! Boot it! You useless fucks! Dogu and Garnacho. Why? Okay, so they actually did boot it out. Did he just get up after sitting down that long? He just got up. He's been... Oh, whatever. That's the type of shit that'll make you hate football, that type of crap. Anyway. I heard from a Real Madrid fan. He said in Spain, it really does look like Carlos's last season with as they're fed up of having no tactics. Hey, maybe. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. We'll see what ends up happening. Yeah, they're 4 points off of Barca, but we'll see. Like, they're second. They're probably going to be kicked out now because of Arsenal. But I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you. I just don't see it. I see if he doesn't come back from Arsenal and they get kicked out, I think he'll stay one more year and try and get the transfer league next year. I'd say himself and Pep will stay one more year. Maybe. Again, I'm not going to argue it. I don't know enough about La Liga and I don't follow enough about Real Madrid to be able to comment on it. At the end of the day, I don't really care. I made the as you've seen, I made the joke in the Discord earlier on. If any of you are in it, you'll end up seeing it. That if he does end up leaving, United should end up sacking Ammer and put him in charge for a year. A complete joke. I don't mean it at all. But it wouldn't shock me if United did that either. Whoo! I mean, he had the ball, but Dalot ran straight into him. He ran straight into Paul. barreled straight through him. It was like trying to do a bit of Donkey Kong or something like that. It's hilarious. United should went for him over that clown Ollie. Was he available when Ollie was there? Also, it's easy to say, like, until he went to Real Madrid, like, everyone thought he was grand, but until he went to Real Madrid, no one thought he was great. I mean, what everyone kind of wanted, you know, by the way, my fucking advertisements are still up. I mean, what everyone was shouting when Ollie was meant to be there was go and get Zidane, which unfortunately was just never going to be a thing. Yeah, but he went to Everton for the money and everyone knew it. He got paid a crap ton of money to go to Everton. And everyone knew that he went there for the money. Because he literally was only on a 1-year contract, I think, wasn't it? Or was it 18 months? He was on a piss tiny contract. Like, he went there for the money. What? He was on a 3-year contract, but Everton got like 30 million from Madrid. Ah, fair enough. Again, can't really comment on it. I don't know that much. I didn't actually look to see how any of the other games were going. So at the moment, Tottenham are 1-1 versus Eintracht Frankfurt. Hugo Ekete scored, and then Pedro Porro. You were saying before, Amanda, that Hugo was a good player from what you ended up seeing from him. I know that United are supposedly meant to be linked to him, but then United are linked to everything that fucking moves. So yeah, that's interesting. And yeah, Rangers are just after getting a red. And seem to be, based on the stats, are getting controlled by Athletic Club. Oh, I don't know. It's hard to bloody know at this point in time. If the 30 million euro release clause is accurate and an actual thing, it's not a bad option to go for, to be honest. If that is a legitimate option, it's not something bad to go for. But that's ifs and buts and candy and nuts. So we'll see. No one really knows if that's true. Everyone is going under speculation that that's an actual thing, that there actually is a 30 million euro release clause once they've gotten relegated, and Ipswich have effectively been relegated, I believe. So I don't know. There are significantly worse options, is what I'll say. There are significantly worse options than him. Like, to be fair, you'd be getting him for free, but he's a better player than Jonathan David. Still, we don't need a learner driver. We need an experienced cockpit. We need someone experienced in the helm. We need someone who is experienced at scoring 20, 30 goals in a season, especially when the pressure is on them. So like everyone, let's say it, but I prefer to go for fucking Gokares or Vlahovic or fucking Osman or any of them. Or even surprise us and go for someone else, that has that ability. But like we have Xerxes, we have Hoyland. Like the thing I could see happening is United go for Gokares, Vlahovic or Osman, sell Hoyland back to Italy, and go for Liam Delap. But we'll see. That's not a good example because City sold Cole Palmer as well. City have more players than they can do anything with. So City have to sell at some point in time. City have a buyback clause on him, and it wouldn't be the first time that they've sold someone to Southampton. Southampton is the normal example. I know this is Ipswich, but typically it's Southampton. Wouldn't be the first time where they sell a player to the relegation bait side only to sign the player back. I can't remember any of them, but I know they've done it before. I'll look it up later on, Amanda. I don't have the opportunity to do so yet. Anyways, we're going into a game versus Napoli. I think Napoli is Penetrope, right? Have the badges correct, so yes, Napoli. So let's wish us a bit of luck. You said that every time you come into this chat, Skull, and you haven't actually given us any indication as to why. So I'm going to give you VIP status so that you can post a link, okay? And then I'm going to give you 5 minutes to get the link in order to prove to us what makes you think the game is going to come out. And if you don't have a satisfying link, I'm going to time you out for 10 minutes. There you go. You have 5 minutes to go and get the link to tell me why you think it's coming out. The challenge has been set for you, my friend. Because I haven't heard diddly squat yet. Ooh. Oh, please do this right, Doggo. Please do this right, Doggo. Son of a bitch. This is going to be 2. Oh, nice work by Mazraoui. I mean, no, not necessarily. The financial year ends up finishing up roughly around now. So, any time within this month is when they'd end up doing it. So, we'll see. I mean, the fact that there is silence means they're more and more likely going to end up doing it. Yes, it is, but like they don't have to Sega won't. It doesn't have to announce the closure of Sports Interactive, or don't have to announce that the game isn't coming out yet. That's just the way that ends up working. So we'll see. They haven't announced that. We believe they still are, since the delayed fucking 25 and said the development is still going on there, but they haven't said anything either. So it could easily just be that they're working on 26, and 26 could get delayed just as much as they could end up happening like that. So without any confirmation or anything, I'm going to go as hoops duck for the time being and wait until I end up getting an actual response. I love that too. The fucking commentator there stating that he was pushed back, Garnacho was pulled back by the arm, but not particularly forceful. Then the immediate fucking replay is just Garnacho's arm being pulled directly back, and you can see the speed difference from how hard he's being pulled. By the way, there's no way Bruno's scoring this. I'd love if he did, but. Not with their subsidiaries, they don't. Yes! Yes! Beautiful! Fucking beautiful! I mean, I didn't think that was going in, but fucking beautiful! What a kick in the whole lot. Beautiful. That looked like it went in slow motion. So who kicked it? Ugarte with the kick. And then the header by Euro. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh no, they're looking at a potential foul. Oh no, done. Good. Half time now. Half time now, half time. We can still do it. Yeah, we can still end up winning. We've been the better team, in my opinion. Anyways, due to it being half-time, I need to ask for something. Leon are all attack vibes. They've no real idea what's to do defensively, so United should win for sure. I mean, I kind of agree with you, but with that being said, United just look so... United don't look in it either, so that's the weird thing about it. But we'll see how things end up going. In general, I don't, Katie, no. Let me check. I have to add something like Nightbot to let them do it. For the moment, I can VIP someone and let them do that. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it, is just give them VIP for a limited period of time. To let someone post a link. Why, does someone want to end up, Okay. I'll look it up, so there's Nightbot that I can end up using for it. I suppose. I have StreamerBot here, so I can figure out a way to end up doing it. Just for use to post the links for an amount of time like that. You can either type filters links disable for everybody. Okay. I do want to keep it moderated, so. Why is that still broken? I fucking tried to fix that frickin' thing. Anyway. I'll look into that later on, Katie. But thanks for letting me know. For the most part, For the most part, I prefer that people just contact me on something like Discord and I end up looking at the link myself. Anyways, considering it's halftime, I need to ask something. Is Duck still here? Because if he is, then I'm going to need to do something. Duck, it's the only time I'm going to call you out. Are you here, Duck? I hope he is. Normally he responds back, so... Okay, cool. Okay, Duck, I need you to remain here for a bit, okay? Because unfortunately there's something I need to do for you. But I do need to go away for a quick second in order to do it. But I need you to remain in the chat, okay, Duck? So promise me you won't go anywhere, okay? Yeah, so I'll be right back. Well, you see, Senior Duck, there's one thing about me that needs to be made perfectly clear. And that is that when I promise something, and I'm stupid enough to actually promise to do it, bum bum, bum bum bum. When a duck walked up to a lemonade stand and he said to the man running the stand, "Hey, bum bum bum, got any grapes?" "Hey man," he says, "no, just sell some lemonade, but it's cold and it's fresh and it's all homemade. Can I get you a glass?" The duck said, "I'll pass." They waddled away, and he waddled away, ba-da-da-da-da, till the very next day, when the duck walked up to a lemonade stand, and he said to the man running a stand, "Hey, bum, 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 got any grapes?" The man said, "No, like I said yesterday, we just sell lemonade, okay? Why not give it a try?" The duck said, "Goodbye." Then he waddled away. Then he waddled away till the very next day.
when the duck walked up to a lemonade stand and he said to the man, "Run out of stand, hey, bum bum bum, got any grapes?" The man said, "Look, this is getting old. I mean, lemonade is all we've ever sold. Why not? Give it a go." The duck said, "How about no?" Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle, waddle. Till the very next day. Waddle, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle, waddle. Till the very next day. You asked for this. You paid for the subs. And I swore I'd do it. You asked for this. You paid for the subs. And I swore I'd do it. So there you go, my friend. Oh no, that's enough. You know what? You're probably right. That when the duck walked up to the lemonade stand and he said to the man, "Run in the stand, hey, bum bum bum, got any grapes?" The man said, "That's it. If you don't stay away, duck, I'll glue you to a tree and leave you all day stuck. So don't get close." The duck said, "Adios." Then he Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, 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 till the very next day. When the duck walked up to the lemonade stand and he said to the man, "Run in the stand, hey, bum, 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 got any glue?" What? Got any glue? No, why would I? Oh, and one more question. Got any grapes? You know, unfortunately, I've completely lost all elements of how the fuck the song is meant to go. Unfortunately, I've completely lost all elements. So I'll just tranquilly say the rest of this. And the man just stopped. Then he started to smile. He started to laugh. He laughed for a while. He said, "Come on, Duck. Let's walk to the store. I'll buy you some grapes, so you won't ask anymore." So they walked to the store, and the man bought some grapes. He gave one to the duck, and the duck said, "No thanks. But you know what sounds good? It would make my day. Do you think the store? Do you think the store? Do you think this store has any lemonade? Do you think this store has any lemonade?" Anyway, that's all ye sadistic arseholes are getting out of me. I'll be right back. So in the grand scheme of things, don't say I never do anything for you. And just that act alone
is probably going to destroy my future prospects in ever getting a competent stream together. Oh yeah, but wasn't the echo half the fun, Amanda? I also have no idea why the echo was coming through. I think I just had the music too loud because I was hearing the sound in my background trying to somewhat hit the fucking notes of it. Shift. Oh, whatever. Anyways. Bit of fun for you there anyway, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. How did you end up winning 50 quid? Skull, how'd you end up winning 50 bucks? Yeah, well, you can never say I'm not a man of my word anyway. If I say I'll do something, I'll say I'll do something. Which is the reason why I won't promise anything ever again. Oh, fuck, a duck in a handbasket. If Benny is still here, I see he's regretting his 4-month subscription. So he's hating the idea that he ever signed up for it. Okay, and the United game is back now, so, and of course my stream is delayed again. That's what I get for trying to be smart. So if United score in the meantime, Bods be uncle, but I'll miss it. Oh, come on. Hula bula. Okay. Is that the camel that broke the? Is that the straw that broke the camel's back, Katie? Is that the one? Is that the one that is making you leave? Oh, darts is easy money. Fair play to you. Why? Who'd you bet on? United look good in that build-up. Yeah, Ugarte with a nice little pass down there, but just no one there to get it. Oh, Gale, how did you miss that shot? You can't blame that one on Hoyland. That was a very deep cutback by Ugarte. If he was in the position that Ugarte aimed for, Hoyland would be in the wrong spot. Unfortunately, and I swear this isn't picking on either of the two of them, that's more on Garnacho and Bruno. That's not me trying to pick on either of the two of them, but that's more on Garnacho and Bruno. I mean, I might agree with you on that one, Skull. He might have made the run a wee bit too soon, but he still wouldn't have been in that position where Ugarte ended up cutting the ball back. In my opinion, anyway. Just from what I'm watching there, I can't put badness on Hoyland for that one. Now, I will say his positioning hasn't been particularly great in this game as well. They're like, Harry had a chance to do a long ball there. Not that he would have, but he had a chance to do a long ball there. And Hoyland was offside. You can't be in that situation there. You need to be onside at all times to make that run as fast as possible. Like, he's offside here at the moment as well, so Harry could do it again in theory. I mean, I don't really care who we face off against in the next round. Both of them are worse than Leon. Again, no one there for Garnacho. Bruno. Straight up to Delo. What the fuck, Bruno? What are you shouting at? That's not on him. Ah, okay, you have a bet on for that. Not too bad. Good. It's only one match bans. We don't need to worry too much about it. Cool. I mean, he wasn't good enough. But what wage is he going to be on? Contract. Yeah, like that's the thing that bothers the shit out of me there. Like, they got him at 25.5k. If I wanted him, he was going to end up going to 90 or 100. Like, I would have happily signed him at 25k. That's just this game being a dick. It happens all the time. Yeah, they are getting very hit with injuries. But, like, United aren't going particularly hard. So, like, it can't be blamed on United. And, by the way, when it comes down to injuries, my heart does not bleed watching anyone get injuries. No, fuck off. I mean, Benfica are paying most of his wage, but no. I don't know. It hasn't been a great start to this half, to be honest. It's been a very lackluster half. As we start to set ourselves up for our next game. Lacazette had a bet. Yeah. Considering he just got a card, probably Ugarte. Honestly. I'd probably take off Ugarte for Mount. Why? Who's down now? Oh, Maguire. I mean, he hit the ball. Yeah, he's down for the moment anyways. Oh, he's back up. And then a good long ball there. Dogu. Ah, Hoyland. I mean, we got a corner out of it. Good pressure. He should have been faster than that, Hoyland, but at the same point in time, he got the corner, so. We'll see. This could be a goal now, we'll see. I'd like to think that it would be. Good a chance as any, to be honest. No. Corner, though. Look at what's happening to Hoyland there. Like, Jesus, that's a card and a half if I've ever seen one. Not a great corner. Hoyland. Should have done better there, Hoyland. Garnacho. Turn it around. Pass back, Garnacho. When you... I don't want to be, like... Garnacho done nothing wrong there, but when you have wingers doing shit like that, that's why Hoyland isn't getting any chances, unfortunately. He didn't do anything wrong, but he didn't do anything right either. It's the last two times United have been in Lyon, it's ended as a draw, so that's interesting. I think if Tottenham don't win, they go out. I don't know, but what I will say about Tottenham is Andrew's very fucking odd in the press conference beforehand. Like, I know he was quoting someone else, but even to entertain the idea of it doesn't matter whether we win, I'm gone anyway, was rather interesting for him to do, to be honest. And, you know, I suppose lowers the expectation on him a bit, since everyone's going to be expecting him to just be gone. But I don't really get it, if I'm honest, why he'd end up doing that. Cool. I'm using a NIRE Tier 15 save with expanded finances and youth. So what exactly does that end up meaning, Duck? So, like, is it just you're down a crap ton of tiers with a wee bit more money than you otherwise would end up having? Like, how does that end up working? I don't really get what that means. Ooh, we have a new Ibrahimovic. Oh, no, we don't. I've seen him before. I think we had him at Palace, didn't we? We did, yes. Higher levels that have the Wanga. The Wanga. That's one way to put that. We have a lot of players out injured in this game at the moment. Crap. Yeah, that's special anyway. That'll change things up a good bit. That's a way to ensure the players are constantly moving around. Oh, God, that's scary. Oh, come on, Hoyland. Oh, no, Garnacho. I mean, Garnacho's doing an awful lot of spins for someone that's not Anthony. I mean, they've been working for him, but like, it's just very interesting to see a United player on the right hand wing doing spins. So it is 1-1 at the moment, Benkeridge, Benny. It's 1-1 at the moment. United. I mean, this second half has been a bit of a dead duck. United probably had the better chances at the moment. Leon, Luck, grand. They've had one or two chances there. Tadic is by far their best player. Well, hold on a moment. Hold on. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Lenny Oro is fucking attacking his way. I mean, they're not really. I mean, they're working for Garnacho, but they're not really leading to anything. So at the moment, like, he's not being as flashy, to be fair, as Anthony would end up being in his. But they're not doing anything, so it's a bit hard to praise them. Like, he's still walking into a brick wall at the moment. Almost literally, considering anyone that comes near him bounces him. You're not wrong on that. I hate this about this game. He has had a fit status tied to his ass for 4 fucking weeks. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't play him. Well, I could, but he'd get injured again. I wish there was a way that I could tell them, unless you're fully fit, 100% fit by a fucking fitness coach, I'm not letting you play. Corner, at least. Although Garnacho should have booted that well before that it ended up hitting him. Should be a corner. At this point, I probably would say yes. Yeah, Hoyland off for Xerxes. There we go. Well, unfortunately, that might be the nail on the coffin that is Hoyland's United career. Okay, so let's set up a okay team here. Jason is finally back, so that's good. Marco is back, so we can play him. We'll play Ivar, Finney, Foston. Stefan. Eduardo. And we'll go with the full back line. We won't take any risks. So we'll go with this full team here and see how it goes. No one was there when he wanted to, so had to keep running. I mean, I feel sorry for Højlund, to be honest, because... Because again, as a striker, he didn't really get any good passes into him. Now, again, people around him have been making chances for themselves. But he didn't really get any good passes into him today, at all. And the one that he did, to be fair to him, he ended up nutmegging someone, but it was straight at the goalkeeper. So, I don't know. I feel really sorry for Højlund. I legit think there's a player there. But I think he's shattered in confidence and needs more time. I mean, maybe you're right, Skull. And thank you so much, Up, for redeeming the Max Verstappen, my friend. How is your Thursday treating you? It's all going well. Were you satisfied with the last Cody Rhodes, John Cena interview? How's life treating you anyways, my friend? I mean, I don't know. I think you're being harsh, Skull, to be honest. But we'll see. Yeah, same here in Western Ireland. Almost the same thing, so. Not hearing my tranquil, beautiful voice on a daily basis, Amanda. I know it annoys me too. I want to be here out every day, but unfortunately, personal things happen, and I'm not able to be there the entire time. But I can understand your pain, which is why I'm going to try and be more active and end up doing more extra content that you can end up watching in of yourself. Don't worry, I'm here for you. I will make the annoyances less. Bit of a meh day overall, but the weather was a saving grace. I mean, that's Ireland, my friend. Every day is a meh day. But it's nice to see that you were able to enjoy the weather. Did you end up going for a good old 99? I mean, we'll agree to disagree on this one, Skull. I genuinely don't think he's that bad in positioning. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you, whatever you feel yourself, but I genuinely don't think he's that bad in positioning. I don't think today he was that bad in positioning too. It's just, there's no one around him when he has the ball, so he's not able to do any assists because everyone is in the wrong place when he has the ball, and no one is passing the ball to him when he's in the right position. Like, maybe that's on him. Maybe that's on him. I just genuinely don't think so. I think it's a combination of, I think it's just, honestly, I blame it on the wingbacks, but hey, we'll see. We had Almada signed until the very last minute when he pulled out. Yeah, that is really annoying, to be honest. I mean, it depends on what it is, Skull. Let me know. I'll happily, if I can do it, I'll see if I can. But yeah, was coaching today. Parent offered to pick us up by 5:10. Wasn't there until 5:45, and session starts at 6. Wasn't amused, and the session didn't go as planned. Yeah, unfortunate when that ends up happening, when things don't go the way you're planned, especially when you're part of the organising or anything like that. It does cause unwanted pressure. But I hope that it ends up being better the next time, my friend. Did it at least turn out to be a semi-decent session for you, even though it wasn't 100% as planned? Do half my work for tomorrow, as I haven't done any work this week. Well, you haven't told me what your work is, my friend. If it's talking, I can end up giving you more diarrhea of the mouth and constipation of the brain. If it's anything else, then no. Xerxes, Garnacho, run for the fucking wind. One for the fucking win, Bullseye. Pass it down to Bruno. Pass it down to Bruno. Pass it down to Bruno. Yep, there we go. And you see, there's Bruno being wrong there. Unfortunately, Bruno should get absolute. If Garnacho had it in his right mind, he'd do what Bruno would typically do and fucking shout his living head off of him. Anyway, yeah, you need to tell me what your work as for me to be able to potentially do half of it, but probably not. It irks me seeing him balling out when he could have been with us. Yeah. Although I don't see him staying with Leon for long, so we'll see what ends up happening there. Well, they had fun, so that's something. Brilliant. 5 reports on sporting equipment. Nah, you can do it on your own. Or contact ChatGPT. Hey, it just means for the next time up, even though it wasn't your fault on this occasion, it just means next time you'll have more drive to make it an even better showcase. A better session. What the fuck was that kick? Okay. Delivered a presentation in my old school on Tuesday. Delivered PE lessons before, but never a classroom lesson. Really enjoyed it. Oh, up, you're one of them. You're one of them. You're one of the people that want to go back to your old school and put the pain on the next generation. You're evil. You want to be a teacher. You're vile. I respect that. Really? That's a very light foul. That's a very, very light foul. Mine was about next steps after school, giving them advice for college, nothing else. Hey, you have to start somewhere, my friend. And you got to do it. You got to do something that you love in a place that ends up getting you an opportunity to prove yourself. Just take the happiness, take the joys, take every single positive you can end up getting for it and enjoy every second of it. Congratulations for even getting as far as you did. You deserve it, my friend. Fuck off. Genuinely. Every shade of fuck right off. What was that, Bruno? My salt is starting to come true. Mount's coming onto the pitch, so interesting. We'll find out which one's coming off now. Ugarte, yeah. On new equipment, see if it works. Interesting. God, this is Mason Mount's 50th European appearance. That's interesting. God, Vinny, you're so shit. Oh, come on, the fuck, you useless pricks. We need a goal. Good. Anyway. This weather should be banned. Why not be next week when I'm off? Because life never works that way. That's why the weather comes when the leaving cert is about to start. And when everyone ends up going into work. If it came next week, we would have had Friday and Monday off, because that's Easter. So, of course, it didn't end up coming of that. What kind of reports on new equipment? See if they work. Don't you need to be able to see the report in order to write whether or not it works? Should test it themselves, lazy bastards. I can second that one. Crack, why does it have to be good weather this week and set to rain next week when I'm taking holidays? Why is that? Because, in the immortal words of one friend of the orange carrot, man that we cannot talk about, one-time owner of the World Wrestling Federation, Life's a bitch. And then you die. In fact, you might have just given me a new blurb. Let's see. Considering this game is more or less going to end as a draw now, let's see. Fuck, I hope I didn't jinx my game. I was on about the United game.
Listen, people have done things we're not proud of after a good cross-country meet. That riot was unacceptable.
No. So I'm going to have to personally find a text blurb of life's a bitch and then you die and add it at some point. That's a job for future Crack. I have a lot of jobs for future Crack, and he's never going to get around to them, especially considering I don't write half of them down. God, these corners have been disastrously shite. From both sides. United have had one or two nice corners, but like for the most part, these have been shite. I expected Rangers to lose regardless. Bilbao are a good team, 4th in La Liga currently. Yes, yeah. To be honest, I expected it to be a draw because Rangers have been phenomenal this season. The card definitely didn't help, but they were being overpowered well before the card ended up happening. That's unfortunate there that was Xerxes. Hoyland is faster than Xerxes, so Hoyland might have actually made that one. Oh, I know well. Although it's hit a very big lull now this game, hasn't it? But VAR always takes too long, unfortunately. Unfortunately, my stream seems to have lost some time. I was up to date and I'm not now. Ooh. Well, Mount might get a card for that push as well. He is giving Mount a card. Is he? Yeah, he gave Mount a card. Arsehole. Yeah. And he gave Nicholas a card as well, which is right. If he was giving one to Mount, he needed to give one to him as well, but like, holy crap. Yeah, but we'll see what ends up happening with it. You might end up having fun with this one. Okay. And it's looking like the Tottenham game is going to end as a draw as well. God, Jed Spence. I like Jed Spence, but he's such a fucking decrease on Destiny. Oh, what a save! Not a great shot by Garnacho. Not a great shot by Garnacho, but what a save. See, that's the type of shit that you needed it there. Like, if Dogu ended up doing that type of stuff with Hoyland, I think it might have been grand. But, like, that wasn't a great shot by Garnacho. I'm confused on which game we're on about now. Up, are you still on about the Rangers game? Because I'm not watching the Rangers game. Almost a goal for Casemiro there. I'm guessing they missed the penalty. Yes. United need to do something here. I think this might just be a draw, unfortunately. What has you supporting Rangers anyway, Up? Why didn't one of you tell me that the fucking... Guys, when the advertisement has been on for a crap ton of time, you meant to let me know. God, I'm blind as a bat. Yeah, no, I'm looking here on the Forza football app to see all of the stuff. So I understand that. Oh, Xavi is taking Levante. Not too bad. I mean, to be fair, they're both shite. I mean, sorry, but they're both shite. Rangers have some kind of different aura in the Europe. I mean, they do this year. Last year, they didn't. Last year, they didn't at all, Amanda. Last year, they were disastrously shite. Ooh, nice. Yeah, no, that Clash of the Castle weekend, I only ended up... oh, you went to the Scotland one, yeah. Yeah, I only went to the Wales one. I didn't end up seeing any actual gigs or anything like that. Jesus, you went down fierce easy. Bruno didn't even touch you. Fuck. Arseholes. CM Punk is my man. Why? What do you do now that makes him your man, Skull? What makes him so sassy? What ends up making him your daddy? They lost to that Queen's side 1-0 and then won to Feyenoord. It's so strange. Also went into the Europa League final, I think, 2 seasons ago. Yeah, they did. Sometimes they're good. I'm not saying anything about it. Sometimes they're good in... sometimes they're good in Europe. Just last year they were shitting it. So that's all I'm saying there. You weren't a fan of my my dulcet tones there, were you not, Up? Stream dropped again. Bollocks. You know, I'd actually be incredibly happy if United scored while I'm trying to get this fucker back up. We are in the 89th minute of Eintracht Frankfurt versus Tottenham. I went to the Europa League final last year. Ooh, how'd you find that? Lord, you pillock. "90 minutes of the goddamn thing, or 80 minutes of the goddamn thing working fine, and then she stops. Because of course she does. Ooh, who came on for Maguire? Lindelof for Maguire and Manu for Garnacho. Interesting. Manu up more forward. That's an interesting situation. You're just trying to make me jealous now, aren't you, Skull? I've never been in a director's box. It's something I'd love to do at some point in time. Did that hit Lindelof? I don't think it did. To be fair, United have as well. Xerxes. Manu up to Diego. Bad. What the fuck is Dogu ass? I watched a padded to free that deaf make you jealous. Yep. Definitely does, my friend. Definitely does. You rat bastardo. You rat bastardo. What's worse is you know it annoys me. You know it annoys me, so that's even worse. Anyway, I watched a padded seat video today where it was hospitality at the Roman Derby for just 80 quid. Is that good? I haven't a goddamn clue, to be honest with you. Like LinkedIn connections. So, how does that end up working? Like, you just end up contacting people over LinkedIn and it ends up working that way? Like, how does that end up working? Is it like, do you get them via your job? Like, I don't get how that ends up working for you. Come on. Manu to Fernandez. Fernandez to Xerxes! Xerxes! What a goal. Good work there. And to be fair, Manu needs an incredible amount of goodness on that one too. 2 goals in 10 games. Jesus. I just press connect with people on LinkedIn and see what they post. So what? Then you just end up consistently talking with them and that's how you end up getting it? Oh. Well, if you hear of any good opportunities, let me know. Okay, I'm done with this. Oh, awesome. Genuinely awesome. Stealer idea is great for football. Brilliant. Manic never came onto the pitch either, which is fucking hilarious.
It's amazing how strong that song was.
Music is powerful, man. It speaks to a primal pit in our brains. It makes anyone.
I mean, what a question, Skull. Like, up seems like a person of quality. Bruno, straight down to Doggo. Straight down to Doggo. Oh, that's slow. Yeah, no, you can't pass it down to Doggo. Okay. Delo to Xerxes. To Bruno. Oh no, Manu. Okay, Bruno. Now Xerxes again. Ooh. Almost worked again there. Imagine if it did. Is Edmund Adams back yet? No. So we'll go with Kangley over here. And Oscar. 5 minutes of added time in the United game. Bad corner. Why? Is that for the win, the I told you, or I don't know which? Tottenham drew, by the way. By the way, I'm thinking, oh yeah, fuck it. Screw it, I like giving Oscar the goal, but we'll go with this. I mean, this isn't... You have to keep in mind, Skull, with the way we're playing, this wasn't the hard game. With the way we're playing, this wasn't the hard game. This was the easy game. As stupid as that sounds, United are better away from Old Trafford this season. Now, we played well in Old Trafford against City there the other day, so hopefully we'll be able to keep it up. But it scares me only having a goal advantage going into Old Trafford. It honestly wouldn't shock me a goddamn bit if next Thursday we come into the game and 1 minute into the game, boom, Leon end up scoring a goal. That wouldn't shock me a goddamn bit. I hope that isn't the case, but it wouldn't shock me. Okay. What was that? Oh, the fat lady hasn't sang yet. Nice work from Xerxes. Okay. No one there to help him. Someone come and help him. Someone come and help him. To Bruno. Bruno's effectively been a winger in this game, by the way. I don't know if anyone has noticed that. Manu. Nice attempts by Bruno. Keep at it, Manu. Why? Why was that a card? That is a horrible haircut for Manu, by the way. Oh, okay, now I see why. Oh, fucking duck. Catch the fucking, you useless fucking prick! Holy shit, Onana! Holy shit! Don't joke about that. Okay? Whatever about him, we can talk about him being shit, we can talk about anything else. Don't joke about that. Okay? That's a warning. Just don't joke about that type of shit. He should have catched that ball. He should have held that ball, but like, fuck me, that's... That is a fucking joke. If he plays next week, to be honest, if he plays at the weekend, it's a fucking joke. Useless prick. Be mean to the poor fucker, but genuinely, yeah. Like, that is two of the most atrocious goals ever to let in. Like, genuinely atrocious. Like, to me, he's not going to do it either. But to me, that alone, fucking puts Belinda in the box next week. That alone puts Belinda in the box next week. I know we have Newcastle, and you don't want to put bad vibes on Belinda as we go into the game against Leon if you wanted to play Belinda. But I don't give a shit. I genuinely don't give a shit. Play Belinda against Newcastle and then play Belinda against fucking Leon. He cannot be allowed to play those games. I'd almost play Dermot D if Belinda isn't fit. Like, holy shit. Like, that goal is even worse when you look back at it. That goal is even worse than when you look back at it, because he did grab the ball. He grabbed the ball and then pushed it out. He had it in his hands. That's infuriating. Because I don't care what the commentator was saying there. United deserve that win. And I said it too. There's no point fucking chirping until the fat lady sings. Ah, the joys. Hopefully we can end up putting up a good display. Hopefully we can end up putting up a good display in Old Trafford, but I worry about it. I think I honestly, if you had to put a gun to my head now and say who wins at Old Trafford, I think Leon do. If I'm being brutally honest, I think at Old Trafford we've signed our death warrant, if I'm honest. But there are some positives to be taken away from that game. It wasn't a complete clusterfuck of horrible situations. Like, Manu looks good. Mount, for the brief situations for where he was actually showcased, looked genuinely okay. Casemiro looked decent. I don't know what to think about Garnacho, but I don't know. Maguire looked good. Mazraoui looked good. Lenny looked good. I think that might be the nail in the coffin of Rasmus, as much as it annoys me to say it. At least Xerxes ended up doing well there. Bruno looked better on that right wing. So you need to have Delot there, but Bruno worked well swapping with Delot into the right wing like he ended up doing there. So maybe that's good. I don't know. Benny, say anything you want to. You're allowed to say what you want to there. So, and again, just remember... I mean, I don't know. We're not that bad. We're not that bad. And it's a lie to say that we are that bad. We're not that bad. Like, our defense is really, really good. If it wasn't for Onana's constant fuck-ups, like, if we had De Gea in goal at the moment, honestly, I'd say we'd be 10 places up. People want to make jokes about Bruno being the principal reason why we're up as high as we are, but he's a lot to do with it. But if we had De Gea in goals at the moment, we'd be, I guarantee you, around 5th, if not 6th. Honestly, Onana causes so much fucking problems with that team that it's not even funny. You can see it in everything they do. He is the principal cause of what ends up having it. Yes, Xerxes hasn't proven himself to be good enough yet. He's starting to get there, thankfully. This is his first season. He needs time. Dogu shows weaknesses in his game. Looked a lot better today than he did against City, in my opinion. Garnacho looked better today than he did against City, but still not good. Hoyland didn't look good enough. We have weaknesses in a lot of particular positions. Xerxes could be good in that position there for Rasmus. I think we're a lot better than people end up putting us credit for. I don't think we're that bad. But I do think the fear of Old Trafford has died. And I think it has a lot to do with the fans that are going to Old Trafford at the moment. I understand wanting to be angry at the team. I understand wanting to bollock and bitch and complain and whinge and turn around and say that the team is shite, but fight with the team during the time that the team is on the pitch. Oftentimes, I think recently when United have gone out on Old Trafford, it feels like it feels like the team is against the 90,000 people that are there. 80 to 90,000 people that are there. That's my feeling of it. I legitimately think it's like the entirety of the stadium, both fans and rivals are against them. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's me trying to give a wee bit too much credit to these shite players. Maybe that's what I'm doing. I don't think it's what I'm doing, but maybe that's what I'm doing. Have your own opinion on that one. But that's how I feel about it. I feel that that's the situation that's happening there. I genuinely don't think we're as bad as people say we are. Or people are trying to say that we are. But to each their own, and nobody's wrong in that situation. It's a very subjective point. But I fear an incredible amount about Old Trafford. Genuinely, I fear an incredible amount about Old Trafford. Give me a second now. I just need to search up something really quick. They have some good players, however, I believe players like Casemiro far outweigh the qualities they have. At this point, I don't even think he's the main point you can end up going at. There are far worse problems than him. Like, Casemiro, to me, is like Scott McTominay. He's not a problem. He is a problem down the line. There are far bigger fish to fry in that team before you end up worrying about that. We need to figure out what's going on with Emmanuel Ugarte. That's the main thing. If Emmanuel Ugarte can't get fit, and I think he's still not fit, but if Emmanuel Ugarte can only play 60 minutes, then we're better keeping Casemiro and selling Ugarte, to be honest. So we'll see what ends up happening. If Casemiro continues to play like he did today, he's not one for the future, but he's good for the now. If you get me up. So we'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, well, it is and it isn't. Like, the thing is, we like, for the amount of money we end up making, it doesn't matter the amount of wages that he's on. We can easily afford his wages. Yes, it causes a wage dynamics issue with the rest of the squad, but like, that's a different kettle of fish. Like, it's very likely that if United were going to go and sign Victor Osimhen now tomorrow morning, he'd be 300k. He'd be on the same wage as Casemiro. So, like, it is and it isn't. You'll always have, when you're the big clubs like us, a player that's on north of 300,000 quid. Should it be him? No. But there's nothing you can do about it. So, is that the principal problem? No. I'd make sure you get rid of Rashford, Sancho, and go there first. Try and get Mount fixed up. I think if you can get rid of him and get rid of him for a good enough price, fair play to fair play. But if Ugarte isn't fit and isn't going to be fit, then you need to end up considering swapping the two of them and getting someone in that can do the fucking job. But we'll see what ends up happening. They're like, United's summer transfer window is going to be interesting. I just don't like the amount of lying they're doing about the money that they have. Because United have far more... Like, I understand why they're lying about it, but they have far more money than they're stating that they do. I think they're trying to do the our shtick of we have no money, so we're not willing to spend on anything, and as a result of which they're trying to hope that people aren't paying attention when they end up going in to spend something, they'll end up spending less, which never fucking works. Anyways, my friends, I do apologize, but... Hey, Kay, how are you, my friend? How's life treating you? Since you just came in, I'll continue on a tiny bit longer. I might do the real Saspatan. Since I don't want to screw someone for coming into the chat and me just finishing up when they're not here. Screw it, no. Sorry, I do actually need to... Actually, never mind, I just have to get in a text message. I do actually need to leave there. So, my deepest apologies. I do actually need to leave. It was a pleasure to end up having you. As of now, I don't know if I'm going to be on tomorrow. A compatriot of mine has asked me to come out for a couple of drinks with them. So I might end up doing that. But depending on how I'm feeling, I might end up streaming as well. Other than that, at the moment, I'm doing that co-opt stream with Enter and those guys again in that league that I done on Saturday. And then we'll see what ends up happening on Sunday. I don't know. I have a lot planned on Sunday, so I'll try to end up coming back and doing a stream then. So I'm definitely on Saturday. I might do a stream before I do their stream. So depending on how my day ends up going, I might do a midday stream and then come back and do a late night stream. We'll see. But until then, it was an absolute pleasure having every single one of you here. And I thank you for coming in, and I thank you for the good time. And Duck, your deal with the devil has now been paid off. And I hope you're satisfied with the consequences that it brought. And for all of you who ended up having to see it and have that burnt into your eyes, just know that you can blame Duck for it. Anyway, my friends, I need to give a bit of love back to a friend of mine there. So it's a completely different type of stream. It has Twitch integration and the whole lot in it, so you might end up enjoying it. But I'm sending you off to Simus, the good old friend that I end up having there. So thank you so much. It was an absolute pleasure. In the traditional ways, allow me to say, make sure that your crack is 90. Schlong full, and remember to poke my horn.